Hey everyone, welcome back to Mastering the SAT with Alex.
And Taylor. We're super excited to kick off this episode. Aren't we, Alex?
Absolutely. Today we're diving into the essential formulas you need to know to conquer the SAT math section. Think of it as your formula, power up.
Power up. I like that. So, Alex, where should we start? There's a ton to cover.
Well, let's kick things off with the basics. Geometry. You know, shapes and spaces. Everyone loves, or maybe loves to hate, geometry.
Oh, geometry. Circles, triangles. The classics. Hit me, Alex.
Okay, first up, circles. The big kahuna here is the area of a circle. Taylor, you remember the formula?
Pi something. Pi r squared? A equals pi r squared?
Exactly. A equals pi r squared. Remember, r is the radius. Don't mix it up with the diameter. Right? Super important.
Right. Diameter is the whole way across. Radius is just halfway. And what about the circumference, the distance around the circle?
Good one. Circumference C equals 2 pi r. So, just memorize those two for circles. Pi r squared for area, and 2 pi r for circumference. Got it? Pretty straightforward. Yeah?
Got it. Moving on from circles. Triangles? I always get tripped up with triangles.
Well, triangles can be tricky, but we've got this. Area of a triangle. 1/2 base times height. So, A equals 1/2 times B times H. Simple, right? You just need the base and the height.
Wait, so what if they don't give you the height straight up? If it's a weird triangle?
Good question. Sometimes you'll need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the height, which, hey, that's our next formula. See how this all connects?
Wow, yeah. This is connecting the dots, totally. So, Pythagorean theorem? Lay it on me.
Well, the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember, this only works for right triangles, where c is the hypotenuse. You know, the side opposite the right angle. Huge deal for finding missing sides.
A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Got it? Any other triangle tricks?
Oh, we've got the special right triangles. The 45, 45, 90 triangles.
Right.
And the 30, 60, 90 triangles. Memorizing those side ratios. X root 2 for 45, 45, 90.
Okay.
And x2x, x root 3 for 30, 60, 90 will save you tons of time.
Yeah, those ratios are, totally a game changer. So, we've done circles, triangles. What about squares and rectangles?
Rectangles. Area equals length times width. A equals L times W. Simple as that. Squares are just rectangles with all sides equal, so area is side squared. Easy peasy.
Piece of cake. What about those 3D shapes? They, freak me out a little.
No worries. Let's tackle rectangular prisms first. Volume equals length times width times height. V equals L times W times H. Just like area. But you add in the height.
Oh, that's not too bad. And what about cylinders?
Well, cylinders are like stacks of circles. The volume is the area of the base circle times the height. So, V equals pi times radius squared times height.
Ooh, so it's like combining formulas. Cool. And spheres? They're kinda, spherical?
Spheres are interesting. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Or, volume equals 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. You definitely want to memorize that one. And cones? 1/3 the volume of a cylinder with the same base and height. So, V equals 1/3 pi r squared h.
Whoa, that's a lot of formulas, Alex. But, if you break it down, it makes sense.
Exactly. It's all about understanding the concepts, not just memorizing blindly. And we haven't even touched algebra yet.
Let's save algebra for the next segment, yeah? Let's give everyone a minute to process all this geometry goodness. All right, time to jump into some algebra. Alex, where do we even start with algebra?
Well, let's kick it off with the quadratic equation. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. You'll often need to find the solutions, the x-intercepts, using the quadratic formula.
Oh yeah, the quadratic formula. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Well, It might seem long, but it's super useful. It's x equals negative b,
Okay.
plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a.
Ooh, totally doing that later. And the discriminant? That b squared minus 4ac part?
Right. The discriminant tells you how many real solutions the equation has.
Yeah?
If it's positive, 2 solutions. If it's 0, 1 solution. If it's negative, no real solutions. Super important.
So many things to remember. What about slope? Slope-intercept form?
Well, slope is crucial for graphing lines. Remember, slope equals rise over run,
Got it.
or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And slope-intercept form? That's y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? So simple, yet so powerful. And standard form? ax plus by equals c?
Standard form is great for finding intercepts quickly. Set x to 0
Right.
to find the y-intercept and y to 0 to find the x-intercept. Easy peasy.
And parabolas, how do we deal with those?
Well, parabolas are all about the vertex. The x-coordinate of the vertex is negative b over 2a. Then get this.
Okay.
Plug that x value back into the equation to get the y-coordinate.
Oh, and the vertex form makes it easier to see the vertex directly, right?
Exactly. The vertex form, f of x equals a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k gives you the vertex. H, comma k. Right there. Super handy. All right, let's wrap up with some crucial ratios and percentages.
Oh yeah,
You'll see these everywhere on the SAT.
like fractions and percentages. Those show up all the time.
Right. For fractions, remember part over whole. If you know the part and the whole, you can find the fraction. And percentages? Also part over whole. But then multiply by 100 to turn it into a percent.
And percent increase and decrease? Those get tricky.
Well, just remember the formulas. For an increase, multiply by 1 plus r,
Got it.
where r is the decimal representation of the percentage. For a decrease, multiply by 1 minus r.
Ooh, nice. Simple enough. And distance equals rate times? Time? That's another big one, right?
Absolutely. D equals r times t. If you know 2 of the variables, you can always find the third. Super useful for word problems. Whew, that was a lot of formulas. Huh, Taylor?
Definitely. But, totally manageable. We've got this. Just gotta practice. Practice. Practice.
Exactly. Practice really makes perfect. It really does. Remember, everyone,
Right.
memorize these formulas and understand how to use them. Don't just cram them in. Make sure you get the concepts behind them.
Right? Understanding is key. And, well, we'll be back next time with more SAT tips and tricks.
You've got this. We're rooting for you. Till next time, keep practicing those formulas.
Later, everyone.